Once upon a time, somewhere in the eastern part of Nigeria, there lived a poor orphan named Ada. She was a beautiful and kind-hearted young girl who had lost her parents at a tender age. Despite her hardships, Ada was known throughout the village for her compassion, intelligence, and remarkable beauty. Ada lived a simple life, spending most of her days helping her elderly neighbors with their chores and selling goods at the local market. Her warm smile and gentle spirit had won the hearts of many, and she was beloved by all. One fateful day, tragedy struck the kingdom. The prince, the only son of the powerful King Osai, was found dead in his chambers. The news sent shockwaves throughout the land, and the king was consumed by grief. In the midst of the chaos, a royal advisor, High Chief Okoro, conspired against Ada, falsely accusing her of the prince's murder. The advisor had secretly killed the prince to cover his own embezzlement of the kingdom's treasury and needed a scapegoat. The king, blinded by sorrow and anger, believed the advisor's lies and ordered Ada's immediate arrest. Despite her protests of innocence, she was dragged before the king and sentenced to death by exile in the dreaded evil forest. Legend had it that anyone who entered the evil forest would never return, for the forest was said to be inhabited by malevolent spirits and terrifying creatures. But Ada's pure heart and strong spirit would prove to be her salvation. As she was thrown into the forest, Ada prayed to her ancestors for protection. Her faith and resilience shielded her from the evil spirits that roamed the forest. Instead of harming her, the spirits began to nurture and empower her. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Ada underwent a mystical transformation, discovering she possessed extraordinary abilities. She could communicate with nature, heal the sick, and see into the hearts of those around her. With her newfound powers, Ada returned to the kingdom, determined to clear her name and bring justice to the real killer. Her presence sent shockwaves throughout the land, as people whispered about the young girl who had survived the evil forest. Upon her return, Ada marched straight to the palace, confronting High Chief Okoro and the king. With her powers, she revealed the advisor's guilt, exposing his deceit and corruption. The king, realizing his grave mistake, wept tears of remorse. High Chief Okoro, trembling with fear, confessed to the crime. Ada's innocence was proven, and the kingdom celebrated her triumphant return. The king begged for her forgiveness and offered her a place of honor in the palace. But Ada declined, choosing instead to use her powers to protect and serve her people. From that day forward, Ada became known as the Forest Princess, a symbol of hope, justice, and the transformative power of a pure heart.